Hey Periscope. Hi everyone. If you're new to me, my name is Jenny and I blog at thedomesticwildflower.com, and I'm just getting set up here. On thedomesticwildflower.com, I blog about sewing, canning, and old-fashioned DIY. And hey, thanks for joining, guys. And I wanted to show you a couple things. Hey, Gourmet One, hello. This Friday, the 22nd, is Can It Forward Day, and that's like a fun event put on by Ball brand canning. So like, I don't think you can see maybe on this, well, on canning jars it's embossed like Ball brand canning. So they're like the big canning company. They're sponsoring or putting on this awesome thing called Can It Forward Day, and it's all about sharing the love of canning with everyone, with people who don't know about canning, and sharing recipes, and it's a super fun canning event. And so I decided to kind of make a week of it on the blog. So in honor of Can It Forward Day, I have a whole week's lineup of canning related blog posts. So tomorrow, for example, I'm sharing a post about spice, actually, like, it's pickled bread and butter jalapenos. So it's a spicy recipe, and I have a sweet recipe for later in the week and a boozy recipe. And if you aren't subscribing to the blog, you definitely should be. You can go to thedomesticwildflower.com and sign up to get all those recipes delivered right to your inbox. Hi, thanks for joining. So in honor of Can It Forward Week, I'm doing a bunch of blog posts. I have a canning related giveaway. I have an awesome, it's a canning cookbook called the Ball Brand Book of Canning and Preserving, and it's a brand new awesome book. I should have it in here, I'm so sorry. But it's over 365 pages of recipes. It's awesome. And you can enter to win that too on the blog. So in honor of Can It Forward Day, I'm giving away a canning cookbook that's awesome for beginners and experienced canners alike. Thank you for joining. And if this is something you think that your friends or followers would enjoy, go ahead and click the little Periscope man and share it out with your friends. And in addition to, or in honor of Can It Forward Week, I'm doing a free, totally no obligation workshop online. So in the title of this Periscope, you can click the link to sign up for that workshop. It's on Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific. That's July 20th. It's a canning equipment workshop because I feel like that is one big obstacle that people are like, oh, I can't learn how to can because it takes 1,000 different pots and pans. So in the workshop, I promise to be super valuable and succinct, and I will explain all the equipment you need to get started canning. I have a teeny tiny house and an even tinier kitchen, and I really try to come up with good ways of using not a ton of equipment, not a ton of different pots and pans, and smaller sizes of everything, just because I don't have room to store huge pots and pans. So I'm definitely aware of people living in apartments and small spaces and trying to live with less. So I definitely have some smart ideas for how to get started canning for a brand new beginner with less stuff. And I think after the workshop, you'll see that you probably already have lots of the equipment already, except for maybe one special tool that I will tell you about in the workshop. And people who join us for the workshop will also get a very special surprise at the end. I have an awesome blogger friend who shares baking tips, so that will be the hint. So she has some really awesome stuff to share with us at the end of the workshop. So I definitely want to see lots of people filling up the workshop. The software that I'm using only lets you have 100 people in, so I definitely want you to sign up and save your spot. I don't want someone to not be able to get in. That would be lame. So I'm standing in front of my steaming kitchen here, not because I'm canning, but because I'm cooking supper. So one thing that canning has has improved for my life is the time that it takes to cook supper. So I am all about speed in my life. I care about efficiency, doing things quickly, because I'm like everybody, a busy mom. You know, I don't have a lot of time to stand around and wait for stuff to cook. So the one thing that I can that has saved me a ton of time is tomato sauce. So this could be a lot of different things for your family. I don't know what you eat, but we eat a ton of pasta, and my kids like tomato sauce. So every summer I do invest a couple hours, several different afternoons to can tomato sauce. And canning, people seem to think that canning takes a ton of time. I think a brand new beginner who is slower than sludge, reading every step of the direction in the cookbook, could be done canning a batch of jam in under 2 hours. And after that batch is over, you would have many jars to use, give, eat up, months and months in advance. So, and there's recipes that are a lot faster than that, and if you get fast and are like cooking more than one thing at once, you can get really, really productive and crank out a ton of jars in an afternoon. So, every summer I can up tomato sauce, and then all year long, when tomatoes are not growing, I have really good tomato sauce ready to pour into a pan, like right here. So this is just like a drizzle of olive oil and some garlic and tomato sauce, and that's it. And I canned it with garlic and onions and some seasonings, and now I have pasta sauce. Like, that still counts as a vegetable. When I opened that jar, I didn't have to read the label. I didn't have to wonder if it was going to give my kids allergies. I didn't have to wonder like where those tomatoes came from. I didn't have to think about the added high fructose corn syrup. I didn't have to, it's just tomatoes in the jar, right? Like, I know exactly what's in there. So it's just a really, really nice thing that I can just open the jar and have this awesome thing ready to feed my family, and it's not like mystery food. It's tomato sauce. That's all it is. So that's something that I really love about canning, and I definitely feel like is a very worthwhile time investment. And I think you would think so too. So I definitely want to make sure that you guys get a lot out of this Can It Forward week. So to recap, we have this week I'm sharing a bunch of different canning posts on the blog at thedomesticwildflower.com. The first one is tomorrow morning, and that is a spicy recipe for pickled jalapenos from my friend Kimmy. And then I have a couple different recipes this week, a sweet recipe and a boozy recipe, and you definitely should check back and see if those would light your fire, so to speak. I definitely want you to sign up for the canning workshop, and if you know someone, like if you already can, but you know someone who would love to learn, send them that way so that they can see how the equipment should not be the thing that stops you from learning how to can. So I definitely hope to see lots and lots of you there. And again, my name is Jenny, and I would love it if you would share this with your friends. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great Sunday.